Hi, this is WUAnime. Welcome to the 7th part of the anime series, Farming Life in Another World. Hiraku becomes the mayor of the Great Tree Village, but his everyday responsibilities remain the same. One day, a messenger from the demonic kingdom appears. Hiraku walks out as Beezle wants to meet with the village's leader. Beezle brings Hiraku a present and tells that the demon lord wants to talk about the state of the village. Hiraku informs Beezle that if the Demon King allows them to reside in the village, they will pay a tax of 10% of their crop. Hiraku worries whether it's too low, but Beezle seems content. Upon Beezle's agreement, the two parties sign a contract. Hiraku was a little too forceful in the discussions, and he also handed them a present. Beezle reports to the other generals, who are surprised that the village is surrendering to them despite the fact that they can beat a wyvern. Randon worries whether they have an ulterior agenda, and Beezle shares his concern, explaining that he had no option but to accept their demands since the vampire princess and the angel of destruction were there. They also possessed an army of high elves, a pack of inferno wolves, and a triad of killer angels. Beezle had to accept their terms or else they would have been enemies with the demonic kingdom. WUAnime, the lord of the dragons, also pays a visit to the village. Gucci offers them a gift and tells that WUAnime's lair is to the south of the village. Hiraku is startled that WUAnime continues to kneel down and says that he would welcome them inside, but WUAnime is too big. Gucci then requests that WUAnime adopt a human form. WUAnime falls in love with the wine and wants to remain and live in the village, but Gucci informs him that he must preserve his territory and that he will be a nuisance to the residents of the village if he stays too long. Garf and a few beastmen from the Howling Village come as guests and explain that they want to build a connection with Hiraku's village. The girls are opposed to providing expensive food or wine to the visitors, but Hiraku persuades them to provide some wine. Hiraku asks the beastmen how they learned about the village while they are eating and drinking. Garf relates what they heard from the demon lord's troops. They earn their livelihood in the Howling Village by hunting or mining, and they have been trading with other human communities. But, due to some difficulty in the human villages, trading with them became unsustainable, so they decided to search for someone new to deal with. The following day, Garf says that they want to trade and have an open market. Garf had brought goods created from the ores they mined, such as silverware, glassworks, and metalworks, for their first transaction, and would want food for them. Hiraku agrees when he sees them and provides the food they have for exchange. After some time, Hiraku determines it's time to trade with the Howling Village. But the females refuse to let him depart and agree that Tia would accompany several lizardmen. Ordinarily, it would take them 10 days to travel to the village, however, WUAnime promises to transport them sooner in return for a barrel of wine. Tia returns a few days later with a sad WUAnime. She recounts that when the beastmen saw them with the dragon, they were frightened and first refused to accept anything they were offered. However, they provided some free samples as Hiraku recommended, and the beastmen adored the goodies, and they ended up exchanging everything. Tia tells that the mayor of Howling Village requested whether some people from his town may come and live in their village. Hiraku agrees, but requests that they send 2 young men as well. Senna presents herself to the gathering of female beastmen when they arrive. She is glad that he is embracing them and adds that they are ready to be ordered any way he sees fit, but she urges him not to forsake them. Hiraku inquires about the guys he requested, and Senna explains that they brought 3 young men as he requested. Hiraku then notices that they are 3 little boys. Hiraku is stunned, but realizes that in 5 or 10 years, they may be able to assist with the village's future. That's it for now, see you on my next video.